What do you think are the most serious issues faced by conservationists and World Wildlife Fund over the next 20 years or so?
95% of the whole of the Atlantic rainforest in Brazil has disappeared in the last 100 years. There is simply nowhere for these animals to live. At the basis of it all is this colossal increase in the human population. It's one of the living species of the planet, but it's reaching plague proportions.
What do you see as the biggest challenges in conservation?
The growing human population.
In the summer, Prince Philip was a picture of health, unexpectedly venturing out of retirement to hand over one of his military titles. But even for a sprightly-looking 99-year-old, health problems are inevitable. Announcing that he's being treated in hospital, the palace said, His Royal Highness the Duke of Edinburgh was admitted to the King Edward VII Hospital in London on Tuesday evening. The Duke's admission is a precautionary measure on the advice of His Royal Highness's doctor after feeling unwell.
What do you see as the biggest challenges in conservation?
The growing human population. Because where we are, there's nothing else.
Of all the places I've been and stories I've covered for Sky News, my trip to the island of Tanna was probably my favourite. It was Prince Philip's 90th birthday, and I wanted to celebrate with the tribe who worship him as a god. Who worship him as a god. The strange tale of devotion to a Greek-born British royal has its roots in a local legend of a volcano which gave birth to a white man who married a queen. The local chief sent a traditional club to Buckingham Palace as a gift, and when the Duke sent back a picture of him holding it, his status as a deity was confirmed. For my trip, I brought with me some Philip souvenirs and a biography which rather contradicts the tribe's beliefs. The people of Yonanan village always hoped their prince would come to visit, but the news of his withdrawal from public life ends that dream. In 2011, they had to make do with me performing the opening ceremony for a new shrine. Perhaps they'll invite me back again as a mortal stand-in for the man they call a god.
How serious is the threat of extinction to our planet?
If you blow up a balloon, when do you expect it to burst? I mean, if you pull an elastic band, when do you expect it to break? If you bend a stick, when do you expect it to break? I don't know. I think that if you go on expanding economic, industrial activity, if you go on expanding the human population, a colossal increase in the human population. It's one of the living species of the planet, but it's reaching plague proportions.
Do you have views about what should be done about that?
Can't you guess?
Well, it could be on a spectrum from mass sterilisation to greater availability of contraception. I don't know what your views are as to what can be done about it.
Well, I think it might be described as voluntary family limitation.
More than 11,000 scientists signed a petition calling for population control as a means of combating climate change.
You have a book coming out, How to Avoid a Climate Disaster. You think that climate change could be a bigger disaster than COVID. Why is that?
In an article published Tuesday in the journal Bioscience, the scientists wrote that planet Earth is, quote, facing a climate emergency. They argued that population control was a necessary response to this emergency.
Well, certainly climate change will make entire ecosystems die.
The world population must be stabilized and ideally gradually reduced. This ideology is dangerous because it suggests that reducing the human population is the best solution to our problems. But the petition presents no facts or data to support its claim that the human population is the cause of shrinking ice caps, rising ocean levels, and an increase in the average global surface temperature. And it doesn't show any data to prove that reducing human population could help the planet.